Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, your vibes for the week ahead. You've got the Eight of Cups. All right. So the Eight of Cups is about making some kind of an emotional decision to walk away from things that you know are no longer working in your life. Okay, so you might have just made these decisions. You might have made them a little while ago and you're still dealing with the after effects of this, or they might be kind of in your heart. All right, I kind of feel how some air signs are in their hearts about what they should let go of, and maybe some things that they have let go of that they can't get back anymore. And sometimes that can really bring us down a touch. And I want to say to you that Spirit wants you to know that you are where you're at for a reason, that all of your experiences are very valuable, and they speak to your soul and they speak to the quality of your life if you let them do that. If you listen to the experiences that you have had and the way that you feel about things, okay, there's a reason why you've walked away from some of those things, even though it was challenging to do so. Sometimes when we walk away, we have a tendency to romance those things when life gets hard or when we get lonely. All right, Spirit is saying to remember what things you're letting go of and why you're doing that, even when it's a little more challenging to stick to your guns. Okay, because ultimately you're turning away from things that aren't in alignment, that are causing friction and static in your life instead of cohesion, instead of harmony and blending and joyfulness and fulfillment and positivity. I mean, come on now, let's not shortchange ourselves. What do you desire, air sign? You desire joy, satisfaction, happiness, love, enrichment, contentment, peace, right? You desire these things. So put into perspective the things that you're cutting away, that you're walking away from, or you're potentially planning to do this. Like, those are the things that limit you from that. Okay, and that's why they're not a part of the equation any longer, or that's why they need to remain out of the equation at this time. Okay, because Spirit is calling you to focus on what you want with your life, with your time, with your heart, your emotions, in connections in your life. Spirit is calling you to focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. Not on what you don't want. So put that into perspective. Do you want that old ex that you're toiling over? Or do you want a healthy companionship? Focus on what you want. Now, what's going on here? You've got the Eight of Cups walking away. What's going on? This is a major arcana card, number 6, the Lovers. Relationships, emotions, and choices. Lovers is about those important people in our lives, okay? The potential partnership that we have or that we want. Okay, I can see here how maybe some air signs aren't quite so happy in these emotionally deep areas. Okay, but it takes an aspect of making space for the healthy connections and the healthy fulfillment that you desire. There's also an aspect of truth that is necessary. Spirit is bringing me right now. Getting honest with the kind of relationships and connections you would like to have. We're not all cookie cutters made the same from a factory, okay? My idea of the healthy relationships in my life is different than yours and yours and yours, okay? And getting honest about what you really do want in those areas and with those important people. I'm talking about romantic partnerships and otherwise. Friendships, hello. I'm talking about curating the people that you are allowing in your life. And that means deciding who you want to be involved with, what kinds of things you'll entertain, and if you guys are still on the same page or not. It takes a brave and wise person to say, hey, folks, I don't think I'm on the same page as you any longer. It doesn't mean you're bad and I'm good. All it means is maybe I need to walk in my own direction for a little while, or who knows. You have the choosing and the choice to do that. Thank you, God, that you have the free will choice to be able to pull away from things that aren't working and to try other things that potentially could. Okay, but it's up to you to decide. And it's up to you to put your foot down and not to stand for dysfunction, for abuse, for toxicity. I'm so sorry to say this, but when something brings you down and saddens you, it's up to you to advocate and remove yourself. Advocate and create some kind of change. Okay, and if you feel like you cannot do that, then you are absolutely not in the right space. Okay, if you feel like you cannot advocate, then you're not in the right company, because your company would want to hear from you and how they could make this connection more enjoyable. And I want to say to the air sign who feels like this is all they'll ever get, true loves for the movies and the fairy tales, I want to say to you that as long as you hold that belief, you're holding true love at bay and away from you. But you get to have that too. You get to have a beautiful, harmonious partnership where you guys respect one another, where you're attracted to one another, where you support one another in all the healthiest ways. But you've got to believe it's possible, and you've got to make space for that. And if that means you're in an unhealthy, dysfunctional, toxic relationship now, making space means clearing that clutter away, even if that is a relationship, and allowing spirit to line up something that is healthy for you. But as long as something's in that spot, the universe says, oh, they've got it covered. So making these kinds of decisions, and I want to say too that this 8 of Cups, it looks like walking away, but it can be really setting some healthy boundaries. Okay, not all air signs are walking away from partnership or unhealthy connections. Okay, but it could really be that, or it could be you deciding, like, if things don't change, I'm gonna leave. Okay, and I need to say, if that's how you feel, then speak up about it first. Because if you're able to speak up and then let things change, then maybe you can actually be happy. But if you don't feel how that's a possibility at all, then you're wasting your time. Eventually you'll leave. Eventually you will leave. You're just not quite there yet. So Spirit is calling you to make the healthy decisions necessary for the betterment of yourself and your life. You don't owe anybody else anything at all. Okay, without you, your life is non-existent. Okay, and Spirit is saying it's time to make those healthy decisions for yourself. Stay away from the lower vibe stuff. Don't get drawn in or guilted back into some kind of compliance or whatever. You deserve better, and you know it, even if that means you're going to hold some space and be maybe alone, or not have a friend, or not have a partner, or whatever this is for a little while, because you know that better is out there for you, and you trust that the divine will deliver that right to your life. And so it will. The card is number 26, Great Fortune. I fucking love this for you, air signs. I do. I got chills right now. Spirit loves it for you too. 2 and 6 adds up to number 8. 8 is the number of manifestation. Obviously, great fortune indicates money matters, financial prosperity. That could definitely be a blessing once you've cleaned up some of these energetic streets here. Okay, a positive influx of energy that rains down on your life because you've made some really challenging emotional decisions. Thank you, God. Air signs need this. Okay, so continue to keep the streets of your soul clean. Make healthy decisions for yourself, and Spirit will reward you and bless you with healthy experiences, opportunities, and connections tomorrow and in the future. Okay, you've got to believe in it and walk on that path and hold that space and not succumb to those old whatevers just because that's how it used to be, or just because it's familiar, or just because I'm sad, just because I'm not sure that I did the right thing here. Does that other thing feel like the right thing? I can almost guarantee it doesn't. Okay, but just because you're in doubt doesn't mean you backpedal and backslide. Gemini, the card that you have is manifestation. Your dreams have untold energy. Open the door and let them live. Desire and belief are your power. Love that. Love that. Love that. Desire and belief are your power. I've just been talking about the desire for a different life and the belief that it can be yours, and walking in the direction of anything that lines up with that. Okay, manifesting the relationships that you desire in your life, the financial prosperity that you desire in your life. You're walking away from so much here. And Spirit is saying you're not going to have to lose everything. You're not going to have to walk away from everyone. I feel some Geminis here who feel like everything will be stripped away. And I want to say to you that anything that wasn't quite as good as what you have coming in the future is being stripped away. Okay, but that's making space for the beautiful, bright, positive outlook that is right in front of you, and Spirit is bringing that your way. So don't lose hope, don't lose heart. Continue walking in the dreams of your goals, and continue making those healthy decisions as they are presented to you. I'm not saying you've got to go over things with a fine-tooth comb. It's going to be in your face. It's going to land in your heart. Your gut's going to know what to do. That's the time to address that. Other than that, stay high vibe, Gemini. You're moving in positive directions. Now, Libra. Libra, your card is Quest. Be bold, and mighty forces will aid you. Take action. Good luck favors the brave. Wow. So we've said some of these words already, Libra, about being brave, about being bold, about taking action, about spirit supporting you, having a life that you desire, right? I just want to draw your attention to quest. Quest is not some quick trip to the store from point A to point B, boop, boop, there it goes. Quest is a journey. And it twists and turns and moves, and there are different layers that are peeled back and things that are discovered and found out. Okay, so I want to draw your attention, Libra, to the depth of a quest and the fact that things take time. Getting to know yourself, hello, takes time, Libra. Recognizing what's not working for you, I feel like that in itself may have taken a moment, and then actually speaking up about that is going to take some time as well. Like, okay, well, I've known for a while that this is not okay, but I have to build up the guts or be under the right circumstances, the right mood, the right pressure to say, okay, enough of this. I'm tired of this. No more of this, whatever. So Spirit is saying to you, Libra, that, everything takes time, and you're making those cuts where you can. And it is important to, do your best to unpack your feelings a bit more directly in those areas, okay? Because you don't have to sit with it for so long before you finally explode or finally set a boundary or finally say something. In fact, Spirit is saying here that if you could place a bit of direct focus into those areas where things aren't sitting so well with you, then you can address them much more directly, much more quickly, head on, and kind of nip those in the bud and move along into some smoother patterns, okay? Instead of allowing it to fester, become this big thing, and then later, kaboom, it like hits the whole household or the project or the workplace or whatever this is for you, Libra, okay? I can feel how stuff might hit the fan because it's been building up for some time. And Spirit is calling you to be transparent in the relationships that matter to you, okay? Because those are the ones that need it and that will receive you and reciprocate that transparency and the intimacy and the love and the care, okay? That is where you will find this great fortune in relationships by speaking up and co-creating in that way. And I can understand that there may be a touch of, well, what if they reject me, or I have this fear of disapproval, etc. But we all have this. Even the people that you're coming to, they have it too. Okay, so being open with one another will really pave the way for some healthy and stable foundations in the relationships of your life, Libra. I feel like a lot of sharing at this time. It's almost like, well, we've been friends for a really long time, but we never really talked about stuff. So now we're going to talk about things and really get to know one another in a real way. I'm loving this for you. And it might be in the friendship, romance, across the board. I kind of feel how Libra is getting to know Libra in a new way. And I also need to say that is something that people might have an issue with. Like, wait a minute, Libra, you're telling me that you don't like that, but we've been doing this forever, and you've never said anything before, and that's, it's up to you to say, I have felt like this for a little while, but it took me some time to feel confident and comfortable enough to bring it to you in this way. Okay, sometimes we just have to put it out there. This is not something I just decided. I felt this way for a while. I just got brave enough to share it with you because I care about this connection, because I care about us, you, because I love you, whatever this is for Libra. Okay, you can do it. Aquarius now. Aquarius, you also have this 8 of Cups, which is making emotional decisions to walk away from things that aren't working in your life anymore. Major Arcana card number 6, the Lovers, relationships, emotions, and choices. And 26, Great Fortune. So I can see how something is lost and something is gained. Okay, Aquarius, I really want you to kind of take a look at your track record here in relationships and hash out the pros and the cons, the losses and the gains, kind of make some peace with the past, because I feel how there might be an all or nothing mindset that is preventing you from some kind of expansion or deepening of intimacy in some connections in your life. Okay, maybe you want that best friend, or you want that partner, or you want some more cohesion or togetherness. However, there's a few things that are kind of out of whack in the past, is what Spirit's telling me for Aquarius. You need to put those things into perspective. Some Aquarius, it's black and white, all or nothing. Either they're evil and I'm an angel and an innocent bystander and I did nothing wrong and they're completely evil, or I'm the bad person and I'm the one who caused everything and I'm the problem. I'm the one carrying the guilt for whatever this is. So Spirit is saying here, to Aquarius to clean up some of the streets of the past that might plague you. Okay, because no one is all good or all bad. We are all just people who sometimes make poor choices and accidentally hurt others. Okay, so recognizing this and letting those experiences lie in a justified position in your memory banks is going to be helpful for you as you attempt to expand into greater heights in connections with others. And also, I feel like business matters as well, especially with the great fortune here. This could be even in like career related business partnerships, promotions, even like letting past experiences lie, being your best self, seeing things in a clearer fashion. No one is all good or all bad. And it's important to allow that to be a truth in your life, Aquarius. Now, the card that you have here is humor. Laugh at yourself, lighten your heart, let nothing steal your happiness. And I feel how some of these things can steal your happiness and joy in your now moment today. And Spirit is saying to make peace with the past and let it go. Even if those were, challenging experiences that you may have had in partnership or in business partnership, okay, I can feel how that could prevent you from exactly finding what you want in the future. I'm a little bit afraid because I had a bad experience back there, okay? And I might feel guilty like it was my fault for whatever, or I feel like a victim and it was all their fault. So I'm afraid to be in a new relationship or even a business partnership because I feel like there's an imbalance in the history of partnership. Spirit is saying you got to lighten that energy a little bit, okay? Make peace with that and keep your vibe high as well so that you can activate those next levels of expansion that you are desiring to seek in your life as well, Aquarius. And I need to say, whatever's exiting your life, let it go. It's for the greatest and highest good of all. Aquarius. That is what I have for the air signs. Thank you, air sign.